James from All Hail Internal Combustion. Ran into a bit of a problem this morning trying to clean parts in a cold parts washer. Oil kind of just gets more ignorant the colder it gets. Imagine that. So I said, that's it. The fluid needs swapped out of this thing. We're going to figure out how to heat this fluid up. And I looked at hot water heater filaments and I said, well, they're only really supposed to have water in contact with them, which is kind of a problem if you have oil, gasoline, brake fluid, and transmission fluid also touching that. So I don't think it would last that long. Wiring it up would be no problem for me, especially like a thermostat controller or whatever. You just take it all out of a hot water heater. Super easy. But I don't think that's the way to go. I've seen bucket warmers too for livestock from Tractor Supply. One, they're expensive. Two, Purple Power eats aluminum, and that's what most of those are made out of. So I bought this block heater instead. Thought I'd give this a try. It's by Katz. It's called Handy Heat.
A father's job is never done. You got a big old black spooky on your forehead there, buddy.
Probably from cleaning this thing out. So yeah. I got this block heater, and it magnetizes right to the bottom, and we don't have to worry about the chemicals coming in contact.
What's the brand on it?
Katz. K-A-T-S. Heater. So this is a smaller one. This one's only about $40. If it works good, and it's maybe just not... It had the same heat temperature range as the big one, and the big one was twice the price. But maybe I need the big one to heat this. I don't know. But this is temperature controlled too, so once it gets to do a certain temperature, it shuts off, turns on, back off, on and off. People are saying in below zero temperatures, they're able to have their oil at 80 degrees with one of these. So we're thinking it'll at least take the edge off the parts washer. So we added some extra 2x4s, jacked it up, give us enough room to get this guy up underneath here. So we're about right here. So show you what we fill our parts washer up with. We got a 2.5 gallons of Purple Power here. We'll dump this in.
And I don't know how much this stuff is around you guys or whatever, but I went to Walmart and they had this stuff, I guess, on sale for $11 for 2.5 gallons. I think last time I bought it in advance, I paid like $20.
It was $22 at Tractor Supply, which is why I didn't buy it there. So we use this for degreasing all of our stuff, and you see it's nice and purpley in there. We'll save this for hot water. I'm actually going to go in the house and get some hot tap water, dump it in here, get this thing filled back up, and start soaking some parts. We got an oil pan, timing cover, valve covers to get cleaned up so we can get ready to reassemble our Ford 302 over there. So it wasn't so much that my hands were cold or anything like that. I had no problem with that. It's that trying to get oil to scrub off of parts isn't working so well in 30-degree water or 40-degree water, whatever the hell the temperature was. It just wasn't working real good. So I was like, there's got to be a solution to this. So I think if this doesn't work, and I think the bigger one's not going to work, I found a recirculation heating pump at Tractor Supply. So I think if anything, we could put a recirculator pump on this that also heats, and it says it does so many gallons an hour. So I think that, if anything, that might be our next step, because that actually has a built-in pump and circulates the water itself, and it will heat it up.
We would just have to filter it so munge didn't get in the pump.
It's kind of strange how it's built, but yeah, that's we would need a filter the incoming to the pump. Anyway, but that would just be as simple as maybe putting a hole on the side, it pulling the water in. It's like a 1.5 inch tube, so it would suck that in, warm it up. I don't know. We'll look at some other options, but this was a quick option. I think that could potentially, I can kind of feel the bottom of the metal here getting warm already. So maybe progressively over days and days, it's not out in the direct weather here like it would be on your car. It's in a garage. This would work. I don't have any experience with block heaters because I've never lived anywhere cold enough to have it. I know people in Pennsylvania that use them. I don't see any use in it. It's kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. But I like to start my vehicles and let them warm up. So that's why I've never had that problem. I just let them run. I'm not worried about the gas I'm spending on the better part of my car. Spending 5 minutes warming up in the morning seems worth it to me. It's healthy. Seems to work well. But anyway, we'll keep you updated on what happens with our parts washer. And I'll tell you if it works and how well it works. So stay tuned.
Okay, so we've had the block heater on here probably for about a week. By no means did it make the solution any warmer, but when you stick your hand into it and it's cold outside, it's not like freezing death anymore. It's way more tolerable. So I think what I'm probably going to do is pick another one up, slap it underneath, and what we're trying to do, we don't want it to be hot, but it would be nice if it was maybe a little bit warm. And it's been putting heat out because there's condensation all underneath of the lid from it being shut. So I think I'm going to try one more heater and maybe throwing a moving blanket over it overnight and see if that does anything. So that's it for the Cat's block heater from Tractor Supply. We'll add another one and see how it goes. We'll keep you updated.